Hi everyone, this is Ngaio from BetterAMS. And yes, that is how you pronounce my name. Okay, silent G, that's me. So today I'll be covering my top 5 Amazon keyword research methods and really looking into how you can leverage internal data. And I'll get right into what I mean by internal data. But overall, I would recommend this video for all different experience levels. So if you're a beginner, you have no SEO experience, this is a great way to get started. But also for the other kind of Amazon ad experts out there, this is a great way to kind of maybe expand on your keyword research toolbox, get new ideas. I know that, once you've had plenty of different clients, different categories, all different price points, it's always great to expand on that. So let's get stuck right in. So what do I mean by internal data? Essentially, internal data means that data is directly coming from Amazon's AI. Okay, so nobody knows Amazon like Amazon knows Amazon, okay? And they've created this very sophisticated machine learning that creates all of the ad ranking, organic ranking, and which ultimately drives sales. So you really want to leverage the internal data, what Amazon is showing you. And for external data, there's a lot of SEO tools that you can use to find keyword research for Amazon. Now, I particularly recommend Helium 10, and we have a separate video entirely on how to use that platform. It's made by our teammate here, Gabriel. So I'll get stuck right in. So first of all, you're going to want to use Amazon suggested keywords. This is one of my top, quickest, easiest, simplest keyword research methods. So it is currently available in 2 different ad types, in sponsored products and in sponsored brands. And when you're creating a sponsored products, you do specifically want to go to the manual targeting option. Okay, and then when you're there, you need to scroll down and you will see this lovely list of keywords. All right, that is Amazon suggesting to you. And they've made it really handy and really simple to bulk add all the suggested keywords and all of their suggested bids. Okay. Now, personally, I don't use that bulk function, the add all at the same time. And the reason is because sometimes there's going to be irrelevant keywords in there that you just don't want to be wasting money on. And on the other hand, you're going to have broad keywords that you might not want to be spending that much on. So for instance here, okay, the first keyword that we've got up there is beer glass. The broad match bid is $1. Okay, that's quite high. All right, a lot of people are going to be searching beer glass, and that's fine if your beer glass that you're selling is $30, $40, $50. But more often than not, your beer glass might be between $5 to $10 range. Okay, so you're going to want to make that a little bit less for the broad match type. So that's why personally I like to scroll through, really customize my Amazon suggested keywords. And so overall, the pros and the cons here. Pros, extremely quick setup, okay? And what you're also going to get is a really good mix of general and relevant keywords, all right? So these are going to be fantastic data feeders that are going to bring in even more keywords that you can bid on. And the other pro is that it shows how well Amazon knows your product, okay? So if you're getting your Amazon suggested keywords are really irrelevant, they're not related to your product, you know that Amazon's AI has no idea what your product is, okay? And so you're really going to want to optimize your back end and front end copy, okay? Switch up and change your product title, product detail page, all of those things. And the cons here are kind of related to that, right? So there is a high risk of irrelevant keywords. I've had it where, okay, in the beer glass example, you'll have wine glass pop up because it's relevant-ish, it's related-ish, but you're not going to want to waste money bidding on wine glass if you're selling a beer glass, right? And then second of all, you've got a high risk of spending a lot on generic keywords. So in that previous example, beer glass, $1 broad batch bid, that's a bit too high. And then the con is that AI will struggle with new or unoptimized products, okay? If you've got a brand new product, okay, it's never had any kind of history to it, AI is not going to be able to suggest anything to you. Again, work on your back end and your front end copy. That is going to help out a lot, all right? So number 2, in the Amazon search bar, that is where you will find autofill search terms. Okay, fairly self-explanatory, right? So if you're selling something in the coffee category, you're going to search up coffee. Think about, all right, what are the products are out there? Grinder, maker, pods, filters, creamer, table, K-cups, beans, pot. All of this is great. All right, so all of these can be great for a sort of broad category targeting campaign strategy that you might want to set up, okay? But let's say that you're specifically selling a coffee grinder. So you want to search in coffee grinder. What is Amazon telling shoppers to look for? What are shoppers actually looking for when they search up coffee grinder? So first thing I see here are these beautiful modifiers. Now, what's a modifier? It's an adjective, adverb, any kind of shopping term that will bring the searcher more specific results. So in this case, electric, manual, burr, small, and hand, copper, and ceramic at the top there. Those are all going into campaigns, okay? Those are great. Then what else we've got here? So coffee grinders top rated prime. That's a great long tail keyword that I'm definitely putting in a campaign. Then you've got coffee grinder Cuisinart. That is a competitor, and it's clearly one of the top competitors because it's coming up just by simply typing out coffee grinder. All right, you're definitely going to want to be targeting that competitor and also their branded keywords. And what else? You've got a related niche here. Okay, so if you're selling a coffee grinder, it'd be great to bid on coffee makers, coffee creamer, coffee beans. That's a kind of related niche, right? But then you get even closer with a coffee grinder brush, coffee grinder cleaning tablets, things that are, again, even more closely related to a coffee grinder, but are not the exact same thing. These are all great cross-selling opportunities that you really need to push for. So with the autofill search terms, the top pros is that you directly identify top keywords and top competitors. And you want to play around with multiple match types, so broad, phrase, and exact, so you can actually really take advantage of all the fantastic data that you can get from autofill search terms. And the other pro is that you really follow where Amazon is guiding the shopper, okay? And also, you're going to find the most current trends, all right? I had an example where I had a client that had a competitor that had recently been featured on Shark Tank. And so all of these keywords were coming through for Shark Tank, okay? And so that was absolutely crushing it. And of course, it was down in this autofill search term. Now, the cons here is that it is a bit of a manual process, all right? You're going to be copying, pasting, typing. Now, there is similar data available on brand analytics, but I'll have a separate video specifically talking about how we can use and look at brand analytics, which is more amazing internal data, okay? And they have CSV downloads available. The other con here is that it is a recurring method that you need to keep up to date. So with the Shark Tank example, that could have crushed it for a month and then completely dropped off after 6 months. You really have to keep up to date in order to take advantage of the current trends. And number 3, all right, back to basics. Amazon product listing page / title. Now here, let's say that this is our product, that's our title, and that's our detail page. What are you going to be putting into your campaigns? First of all, you want your branded keyword, okay, Spoli, you definitely want to be bidding on that. I would highly recommend to segregate your branded and non-branded search terms and keywords. What else? We've got burr coffee grinder, stainless steel, adjustable burr mill, electric, drip, percolator, all of these things, okay? All synonyms. If you have paid good money to have a copywriter write out your title and your product detail page, take advantage of it, okay? Make the most of it. Get all those amazing keywords and synonyms and related items, buzzwords. You're going to want to be bidding on those, okay? And of course, you've got the Amazon's Choice Badge. Now, if your product is winning an Amazon's Choice Badge, particularly if it's for something as broad as coffee grinder, you're going to want to absolutely maximize on that, okay, to try and keep that badge for as long as possible. It really improves your click-through rate, all right? Now, if your product listing page is highly optimized, you will be able to scroll down for more detailed product info. Now, I personally find that in this sort of areas where they really zone in on the unique selling points of your product. Now, what are the pros here? I would say it's just fundamental SEO principles, okay? You've got, if Amazon knows that you're bidding on a keyword that is directly in your title, perfect. You're probably optimized for the search engine, okay? So you've got highly relevant keywords, and then that falls into winning the best placements. And then again, that falls into improving your organic rankings. And this falls into the big feedback loop of Amazon ads, okay? So ads will fall into organic sales, and that's through rankings. The best ad rankings will give you the best sales, which will give you more organic rankings, and so on and so forth, okay? Now, the cons here is that there is a potential for duplicating keywords, particularly on well-optimized accounts. So if you've been running ads for over a year, it's highly likely that you've got all those main keywords in there, right? But I would add that it is important to double check. So I had a client where, it was a very big account. They had been running ads for well over 2 years, I believe, and they weren't bidding on their main keywords. And I couldn't believe it. It even took a while for me to find it, because I just absolutely assumed that, of course, we're bidding on that keyword. So always important to double check, make sure that you are getting the most basic keywords that are in your product listings, okay? Especially if you have recently updated that copy. So number 4, this is what I call the competitor tail chase. Now, you're going to begin on a product listing page. It can be from all of these different product listings. I'd highly recommend your product, also the top product in the category, and also the top competitor products. But say, for instance, this is our product. All right, so we're on our listing page. Now, this will scroll down, and that is what you see for the recommended sponsored products. On the left, I've got, what does our product have? So our product costs $59.45, got 1,375 ratings, 4.5 stars. Fantastic stuff. Now, you're going to want to put yourself really in the shopper's position, okay? When you are shopping on Amazon, you're looking for the best price, but you're also looking for really good reviews. So if I'm here, you're definitely going to be looking first up at the frequently bought together. And these are going to be your ideal cross-selling keywords, okay? So if you're selling a coffee grinder and you're really selling well with the kettle, if you bid on kettle, you probably won't win a lot of placements because it's not too directly relevant. But that's a really good kind of separate strategy to have those kind of fairly low bids for cross-selling opportunities. So really make the most of these kind of combined products to maximize sales. Then, okay, if I'm a shopper, I'm looking down here for the best deal. I see this one. It's $13 cheaper. Looks similar, right? And it's got really good reviews. Clicking on that, okay? Boom, that's in a new tab. Then I'm going across, not great, okay, sure. Then I see this white one. White one really is standing out, hey? And it's $33 cheaper, and it's got really good reviews. I'm definitely clicking on that. So when I go through these other ones, then you jump back into the PPC role, okay? So you're going to absolutely want to put their competitor's brand name in your campaigns and also use all of their keywords. So if they've got adjustable grinding, that's new. You might not have that in your campaigns or in your product listing page. 2 to 12 cup, that's interesting. Could always play around with that as a keyword. And then in the other one, what else do they have? Spice grinder. So I've got bean grinder for nuts, sugar, grains. They have expanded out. So maybe you want to create a separate campaign, a separate strategy that goes for these other kind of grinding opportunities for beans and nuts and sugar and whatnot. So all of that is great. And again, really connecting to the previous method, you've paid this money to have great copy. Everyone else has paid good money to have good copy on their listings. Take advantage of that, all right? So for the competitor tail chase, the pros here is that you're going to find key competitors and you're going to discover highly relevant keywords and products. A lot of synonyms, a lot of things that maybe you just haven't thought about because, it's not directly obvious. So you're going to find it's a treasure trove. And you're also going to follow the shopper's journey. A lot of shopping on Amazon happens via the product listing pages. Okay, it doesn't always happen through the search term results. So you're going to be following that directly. Now, the cons here is that there is a possibility to waste time on irrelevant or low organic ranking competitors. So if in your category there isn't that many that have like high ratings or that sort of thing, if it's not very optimized, these kind of competitors that are jumping up on your page, you just might not find that much gold. And last but not least is the search term report, the classic, the absolute god of Amazon keyword research. So how do you find it? In the campaign manager, you can see it on the side tab here under reports. You can also go directly to it from the Amazon Seller Central portal. Just go down from reports to advertising reports. Both of these will take you to this very clean setup where you obviously click on the button saying create report. Then the cool thing here is that Amazon gives us this detail and this data for all three campaign types: sponsored products, sponsored brands, and sponsored brand video. And you obviously just want to choose the report type as search term. You can keep it at summary time unit, and for report period, it's whatever you want. And so this is what it would look like when you put it into any kind of data software that you use. So targeting means the keywords that you're bidding on, and the customer search term is the search terms that came through via those keywords. As you can see at the top, there are a lot of broad match types because that's bringing in a whole bunch of new customer search terms. Now, the process here that you want to do, the kind of fundamentals here, is that you're taking those targeting, you're seeing what kind of customer search terms are coming up and are making good sales, and you're putting it back into your targeting because you're going to be taking those search terms and creating those and putting those directly into campaigns. So it creates that kind of very simple and profitable process. Just kind of a few tidbits that you want to use is that when you're looking at the search term report, you are going to want to use the filter function. So you can look at all the different data metrics that you have. The two big ones are obviously 7-day total sales if you want to look at growth and you're really prioritizing growth on your account. And of course, you can also filter based on ACOS. And that's more important if you're prioritizing profitability. Now, we'll have a separate video going into how all the different account managers at BetterAMS use and utilize the search term report because you've got all these different data metrics. So can look forward to that one. But overall, the search term report, okay, the pros here is that it really utilizes your automatic campaigns and your generic keywords. And it's going to be a gold mine for long tail keywords. That's what you want. The other thing is that you've got full access to KPI metrics per search term. So you know exactly how much the cost per click was, what the click-through rate was, specifically for your products. The cons here is that it's data heavy. If you don't like data, if you look at a spreadsheet and you're stressed out, this is going to be maybe not fit your keyword research style. Okay, it's going to take a bit more to really process it and get the gold out of it. Now, the con here is that it does require a solid ad setup. So if you do not have automatic campaigns, or if you do not have broad and phrase match keywords, you're just really not going to find much variation month on month. You want to have automatic keywords and especially broad match types so you can bring in the gold. So every month you're finding these new search terms, you're finding these new long tail keywords. And that's it. Those are my 5 Amazon keyword research methods. And if you use all of those different methods, really you'll be able to leverage the most important internal data that are at your fingertips, basically. And that brings you those really important Amazon-specific keywords. So thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel. We also have a blog which will go more in depth on all of these different keyword research methods, as well as everything else to do with Amazon ads. And if you'd like to reach out to me specifically, you can find me on LinkedIn, Ngaio Wilson Style, Silent G, that's me. And yeah, thanks so much, guys. Please like, subscribe, and leave any comments below if you have any questions, or if you guys use these methods as well, or if you have any other methods that you'd like us to go more in depth on. Thanks so much. Bye.